who has a leadership ability, who has a desire, and start to spend time with them, because this is really about leadership and duplication. The hope is where they don't believe in themselves. And that's not something that, that's a very difficult thing for anybody else to do for you. It has to come from the inside, right? Because there's nothing kind of more discouraging than watching somebody run enthusiastically in the wrong direction.
Yeah. So an amazing coach helped the lives of hundreds of agents, turn people into millionaires who once thought they didn't have a chance, help people become better husbands, better fathers. My coach, Aaron Novello.
Let's go.
Aaron,
yeah.
What qualities in a person, or what are you looking for that makes you decide who you want to pour into?
Yeah, so we talked about this where I work with the willing. And out of 100 people, let's say they go to battle, 90 of them shouldn't be there. They're the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, right? They're the kind, when it's time to fight, they run in the other direction. 9 of them are soldiers, though. And we're glad that they are, because the battle rises and falls on them. One of them's a warrior. And the warrior is the one that'll make sure that the mission is complete and that as many people that can come back will. Now, out of 100, it'll be 1. I'm actually interested in those 10.
Okay.
Right? So the soldiers and the warrior. And I think qualities and characteristics are people that first and foremost have a desire to help other people and serve. 2 is that they're sharp as a tack. They're very good at what they do. And 3, that they have a burning desire and are receptive, right, to input. And it's not that I know everything, because I don't. At the same time, if I'm just a little bit further down the path, if I can share something with you and I know instantaneously that it'll be implemented right away, like if we're on a coaching call, I know as soon as I say something to you, you're doing it before we're even off the call, typically, or very quickly after. Those are the qualities and characteristics that I look for someone that I'm gonna really spend time with and really do my best to help build them up as a leader.
Awesome. What are some things that would cause you to lose hope in a person, or signs that you see them getting off track that you like to correct?
Yeah, so those are 2 separate questions.
Okay.
The hope is where they don't believe in themselves. And that's not something that, that's a very difficult thing for anybody else to do for you. It has to come from the inside.
So when people don't believe in themselves, it's a little bit of a red flag to try to turn a soldier into a warrior?
Yeah, or one of those 90 into one of the soldiers.
Yeah.
Because they don't believe in themselves, right? And that's you can only behave in accordance with the way you see yourself. So it's really a self-image thing. And that typically takes time, and it's very much so internal. People have to do a lot of work around that. And it's not like I'm opposed to that, but it's just it just takes a while. And then the second question was?
When you see someone getting off track,
yes,
is it possible to bring them back?
Yeah, it is, because it's usually an issue of focus.
Okay.
So judgment is about what's good for the long term. And in a world of infinite options and infinite choices and infinite kind of leverage, what I choose to focus my time on is very, very valuable, right? Not necessarily the time, that time's valuable, but the focus of time, right? Because there's nothing kind of more discouraging than watching somebody run enthusiastically in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So usually what it is we're focused on something and then they start to veer off of that. And it's bringing them back to that, because once you figure out what's the thing that's worth stacking time on top of, now it's just volume over time. You have to put forth a crazy amount of volume over in a period of time where most people would stop in order to get the outcome that you want, the 1% outcome.
So you're at 240 agents now?
Yeah.
You're going to be, 500, very soon.
Sure.
Will somebody who could be a warrior be seen by you when you have that many?
Yeah, 100%. So I think that what this model does is it retains really good leadership, because it compensates them like an owner.
So the cream rises to the top. You'll see it.
You'll see it. And when you see it, that's when you grab onto it, pull them aside, spend time, pour into, sort of thing. So that's what I would encourage you to do, is that as you build and grow, you scan the 24, 40 agents, whatever it is, and say, hey, who here is a soldier and a general? Who has the capacity? Who has the leadership ability? Who has the desire? And start to spend time with them, because this is really about leadership and duplication.
Yes.
Duplicating yourself.
Do you ever see people who have like many great qualities, but like one that just keeps hurting them?
Yeah, 100%.
Is it possible for people to overcome that?
I think it is, but you just need to have a really like strong, accurate assessment of reality. Somebody has to tell you, like right down the pipe, like, hey, I think you're super capable and super qualified, but you value pleasure over other things, and it's getting in the way. It's holding you back. It's starting to affect other areas in your life, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Hey, I think you're super capable. You have an issue with finances. You know, that you're like you're flashy and all this other shit, but like you're telling me you don't have enough money for taxes. Like that's not, something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with that. And until I deal with that, like I can't really like unleash.
Yeah, for sure.
And eventually it's gonna pull you down, like eventually, until you deal with it.
Do you ever find that you have like great people, but they sometimes argue with you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is more about like sometimes truthfully, I think that's an issue of trust. And I think if people like really trust you and they trust that your intentions are like in the right place, there will be less of that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, team?
That makes sense.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So what are some things that you're really excited for?
Oh man, I'm super excited about the impact that we're having and how it's multiplying. I'm super excited about what's happening with media and how that's growing and expanding by leaps and bounds. I'm excited that we have leaders that have emerged in the organization, you being one of them.
Thank you.
That are starting to build and grow. So,
are you still doing podcasts with other people, or do you have a speaking fee now?
yeah, no, they can reach out to us and we'll work it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. If you'd like to learn more about what the Elite Builders are building, speak with Aaron, myself, or any one of us, DM the word join